Hi all, it's Kimberly and welcome back to the channel. I have your December monthly forecast for twin flames and those along the Ascension journey, illumined beings along the Ascension journey. If you're newly joining in and you're just getting familiar with me, I'm an intuitive soul coach and I am assisting those along this journey to heal and clear blocks. You can come to me for readings, guidance sessions, and for coaching as well. I'm just a reminder, just during the holiday season, I'm offering a 3-for-2 coaching special package. So basically it's that you purchase 2 coaching sessions, you get the third free. It's a way that we can work together for repeat sessions and, it'll be a more nominal investment for you. Those of you who have done some coaching and then let it fall off, maybe this is a good time to chime back in as we go into the new year, get you ready. Those of you who have never done coaching with me, it's very progressive. I use intuitive guidance. I cut into the energies of what you're going through, but then we actually do facilitate the clearing and healing work in those sessions. So we do go deep. So if you're looking for that type of work, you can check out my website, theilluminedguru.com. Okay. So let's move forward here and talk about this upcoming energy. I'm really excited about the month of December. One, because they're showing it to me like a rite of passage. Now, I wrote about this extensively in the written forecast. If you're not receiving those emails, you can sign up on the website as well. Just scroll to the bottom and enter your email address and you'll start receiving my extended forecast. So in that forecast, I'm writing about this rite of passage. So what is a rite of passage? Rite of passage is a ceremonial transition when we go from, one social group to another, religious or social group. When we go from one phase of life to another phase of life. And it implies sort of a graduation or an upgrade, right? So we're going from one important stage, but we're up leveling into another. And this period during December actually feels like the passage. It actually feels like the ceremony. Actually feels like this is transpiring at this time. So I write, quite a bit about that extensively in the monthly forecast if you want to receive that. Some of these messages that I've written about will be reinforced through this reading. Some new messages will come through. So it's a really important time. What it feels like is that we have made the decisions. We've seen the light on certain things. We're leaving behind any sort of third dimensional consciousness, and we're going up into the fourth density consciousness, which means that we're anchoring in the 5D timelines. We are very much shifting paradigms. We're leaving the old ways, old schools of thought behind. We're now demonstrating this in our life. So it's not just like, okay, we're thinking about doing this, or we're starting to realize that we're aligned with this. We're actually aligning with it and demonstrating it. And in my forecast, I talk a lot about stag symbolism, how the stag is coming up as our animal totem for this time, because that is sort of a symbol of leadership, independence, leading the way, walking the talk. And we're doing that. We're actually making these significant changeovers or changes, and it feels like a changeover. Whereas we've been thinking about the changes, we've been thinking about releasing things that have held us back, we've been thinking about stepping outside of these paradigms, we've been shifting these beliefs, but we haven't been in alignment with it. Now I feel like the whole majority of twin flames and those along this ascension journey who are awakening, many of you, or a majority of you, are ready to do this, so you're taking these steps at this time. And this may come in the form of actual physical life changes that you're making, leaving, like from this Venus retrograde right through to this past full moon that we just had. I mean, endings all over the place with karmic relationships, with things that no longer serve you, leaving things behind. And if you're not doing that yet, you're gearing up to do it. So it could be like the last phase of a job or the last, last phase of a relationship. But many of you are leaving now. So, and this could continue to happen right through December, but I feel like December is the month that's the changeover, that's the rite of passage. So it's setting us up for an amazing 2019. I think we're going into 2019 focused, self-prioritizing, getting our, creative projects underway, pioneering as leaders, teaching, leading by example, courage. Like I had the courage to make those changes, and now it's like, whew, thank God that's done. That's how it's going to feel. Although it may feel tumultuous or may feel painful in the process, they're saying it's bright on the other side. We're going to emerge into the light. We're going to emerge into the new life, a new cycle. And this cycle is going to be much better than it's been for the past 2 years. Even though we're going right into eclipse season in January, it's very early this year, it's still going to be, you're going to have the wherewithal to navigate those energies quite beautifully. And I really do think you guys are learning new things. You're getting yourselves ready. And come, like I said, between winter solstice and spring equinox, we're like, we're doing it. We're anchoring in those 5D timelines, and we're going to start seeing things popping come the spring. But not limited to, but including, mission work, and also these divine partnerships and unions. And for some of you, it's that you're coming into union with your twin flame. Others of you, like you come out of separation, you come into union. Others of you, you're meeting your true twin, your true divine partner at this time, during this time. Many of those meetings will take place December. Many of them will take place in March, and many of them will take place in May. That's what I've channeled. And it could happen anytime in between those periods. Some of you are going to be traveling in February. A lot of people traveling in February. There's a lot of like workshops, retreats, pilgrimages that happen during the month of February for the, winter retreats and stuff. And I feel a lot of you going on these, pilgrimages or these trips. And it's funny because my guides are just showing me, you're going too. And I'm like, oh, I am? Really? It's not on my radar yet, but I guess I am. So this is interesting as well, because it means that you're going to have more opportunity to step into that pioneer role, but also meet others that are like you and connect with these divine partners if you haven't met them yet. This period very much is about finding the balance, the reconciliation, I feel like, between our 5D spiritual selves and our 3D physical material world. And I'm going to be doing a whole lot of content and information and videos in the new year about this, about how we fuse these two aspects to help you find that balance between the two. But it feels like an emergence of, you're emerging with it reconciled. So basically, it's like you're having the courage to own the new school of thought, to show it, to express it, to be it, to lead it, to demonstrate it. And then others are following you. It's no longer that you're fearful of the criticism or afraid you won't fit in. Like, I just feel like this stepping up and into this, here I am, I'm owning this, this is who I am, I'm spiritual, I'm witchy, I'm high priestess, I'm high priest, I'm leading this group, I'm pioneering this school of thought, it's going to change things, it's not the way it's been done, and boom, other people are following. Then you're going to have other people, other leaders, other pioneers spawn of that. It's like a trickle effect, okay? So that's what's going to be happening over the next month or two with you guys coming into a new, I hate saying you guys, sorry, we all coming into a newfound confidence, a sure-footedness, this owning it. And that's because we made it to the other side of those changes, of those things that we needed to let go of, those things that we have been battling all year to do and to release. And it's like, bravo, now it's time to celebrate yourself and get ready for the next phase and acquire the skills, start planning, get excited, celebrate yourself, prioritize yourself. That's what's on the forefront right now, okay? So I'm going to dig into my drawer here of many card decks, and we're going to pull some cards for this energy as well to reinforce these messages. We'll pull some Ascension cards today from the Diana Cooper Ascension deck, as well as we'll do a little tarot spread and just some clarifier messages, I guess. Okay, let's see what they have to say about our ascension, our up-leveling at this time. So it's saying Lemurian healing, which is number 24 in this deck, okay? Lemurians were fifth-dimensional androgynous beings who loved and wanted to heal Earth. They drew the love of God through the cosmic heart into this planet. Lemurians gathered the divine qualities from our energy fields and that of other stars, adding this to pure source light in order to form healing crystals to help us through the transition to the new golden age. The Lemurians then placed these healing crystals in the earth to light up the ley lines. Even now, when two or more gather with humility to focus on these crystals, powerful healing takes place. So they're saying, I send Lemurian healing to earth. And I think the reason why this card is coming up is not just because you can focus upon these crystals and this energy, but because it's almost a similar transition that we're going through into a new golden age. It's a new golden age for you personally, and also on the world stage and in society, okay? Like this up-leveling of consciousness is creating a transition, a transformation at that level. So it's very similar to when this source light was being, placed in the earth. This is also very important too, because they're talking about source light being embedded in the earth. What is that? Reconciliation between 5D and 3D. The ethereal, right? The what's up here and the what's in the physical earth. And this is what we're doing right now. We're reconciling that so that we can move through life without it being compartmentalized, without it being separate. You guys know, right? Like when you're like, I can't, I have to constrict myself because these people don't get it. Or, or you have all these like higher level ideas, but then you come back down and you're living on the physical plane and you're like, yeah, it's just too hard because it's all separate. It feels like that's all one now. So this is a way that you can relate to that. Think about these or meditate on these healing crystals that are embedded in our earth and feel that light, pull that light into your light body or light bodies and know that that is a fusion, right, between the higher realms and this lower earthly realm, okay? So that's interesting. Bottom of that deck is Kuan Yin. So we obviously are no stranger to Kuan Yin, but in this deck, she's reminding us about unconditional love, radiating a vibrant pink light of divine feminine energy. She's definitely talking about divine feminine wisdom. And I feel like this is us really... the reminder is give yourself permission to go with the flow and share with everyone for the highest good. And that's what they're saying. They're like, you're owning your power in a new way and you're sharing things out of kindness, compassion, fullness of your expression, owning it authentically who you are. And it's creating this beautiful, soft glow here on the planet. And that's wonderful. A lot of this, constricting, hiding, defensive, that's created like this false masculine template that we are perpetuating, right? So as we step into, just owning our gifts and radiating love and radiating light, being the light, we can then raise consciousness that way, and it becomes a trickle effect. You're going to affect everyone you come into contact with and help them reach their highest potential as well, okay? All right, so we're going to pull from the fairy deck, and the reason why is because the Yule Singer came up in my written reading. You'll see why. So if you get the email subscription to the newsletter, you'll be able to read that. Maybe she'll find her way into this reading, but she was representing just overall just the transition from darkness to light, the coming out of our pain and suffering, this hard year, these past hard couple of years. And she's saying it's a bright new cycle, like you're ready to begin again, and it's light. You're not going to be mired in the darkness anymore. And this, again, is about integration and reconciliation of our shadow side with our light side. There's a lot of balance, that we're finding right now between feminine and masculine and light and dark. But it feels like feminine's emerging and light is emerging. And anything that was false or tucked away or hidden or not in authentic alignment with who we are, that's just dissolving as we step into our authenticity. And the Yule Singer is, representative of this time. Yule, right? Yule is the pagan tradition holiday that starts at the winter solstice, which is December 21st. And so the Yule singer is saying, sing your song, sing it loud. It's bright, okay? The future is bright, and this is a time of celebration, rejoicing, joy. You may not feel it right now, but I have a feeling by the end of December, you're going to be like, woohoo, I made it to the other side. I feel that new life. I feel this energy. I'm excited. So let's see who comes up here. So before the gathering, which I love this because this is exactly about that energy. Before the gathering is the anticipation, the celebration before the event. And I feel like this is very much, she's a spring fairy, or sort of reminds me of that. And this is like that, where you feel like you come out on the other side by the end of December for many, and then you're working on anchoring in those 5D timelines. Like, you're getting ready to be like, wow, this is an awesome life. Wow, I'm meeting my divine partner. Wow, all those projects that I've been, dreaming of are coming to life come the spring. And so this is a very celebratory time between winter solstice and spring equinox. And you may all be like, from the physical shoes that you stand in right now, or whatever situation you're in, you may not be able to see that right now, but I'm telling you, the tides are going to turn, it's going to shift. It is shifting. It's a product of your decisions, of your moving forward, of your more healed and integrated self. Okay? Let's see who else we have here. So the wild hunt is coming, and this is excitement, frenzy, journey. And this does feel like, like I've been saying, you're excited for this journey. You are excited for this next phase. I think that when we go into this Sagittarius energy, we do have a lot of fire here that we're going to be working with. But I do feel like they're saying, like, beware of, there's not too much that you have to do to harness this fire energy. Like, it's not a physical frenzy. It's more like stillness. It's more still. It's like a still fire. It's like that fire is just burning steady from within, and that's lighting the way. And you're making the next steps very succinctly, and you're excited, and you're moving forward. It doesn't feel like it's fire energy or like taking lots of action, going many different directions and in a frenzy. It doesn't feel like that type of fire energy. It feels like the fire in your belly. It feels like what do you really want to be doing, and taking steps towards that. This also feels like because it's the wild hunt, they're saying it is the rewards of what we've sort of been searching for is going to manifest, and that's part of this journey. And what you're desiring is not going to escape you. That's a good reminder. Okay, so what you're desiring is not going to escape you. You have your desires for a reason. You couldn't have a desire and not have it be possible. There's a reason, and you may question some of your desires at this time. Like, I don't know why I want this. I don't know why, or maybe you really do know why or what it's connected to emotionally. But they're saying, like, everything that you can dream, everything that you are wanting, desiring, or that you've been searching for, they're saying, like, give up the search and the frenzy. Just, this is about harnessing your manifestation power from within, from more stillness, from confidence, from trusting. Okay, that's that divine feminine energy Kuan Yin was talking about, okay? And with that, we have Salu, which is vitality, health, and energy. And this is saying, like, in this new cycle, we're going to have a revitalized life force energy. And life force energy is your energy connected to your mind, body, spirit. It's not just your physical energy. And our emotions, anything heavy that we've been going through, any pain, any struggles, any change, transition that's weighed us down, can affect our vitality. And I feel like even now, through some of these transitions, some of you are manifesting illness. You've got to listen to your bodies. You've got to rest when you need to rest. You'll feel better after these periods of rest. A lot of this is just gearing up for this new, this revitalization, this new energy that's coming through for us as we step forth on the new life, on the new path. And this, you know, for some of you, it's the tail end. A lot of you, timelines are speeding up too, and that's going to revitalize you. So for example, so many of my clients have like been planning to leave the karmic partner next year, or planning to leave the current marriage next year, and like all of a sudden they're like, oh no, it's happening in a few months. Oh, it's happening this month. Wait, it's happening. The timelines are speeding up. Like they're pushing us along right now. So if things get sped up for you, trust it. Okay. And that's what it's going to do is going to pull you out of the mucky energy, that low vibrational energy. It's going to renew you and revitalize you much quicker and more efficiently. You won't be stuck there for too long in this mud or muck, as you know, they're showing it to me. And the bottom of this deck is the Yule Singer. And I swear these are shuffled quite well. So this is who I had pulled, and that is representative of the symbolism for my December forecast. And like I said, this is about Yule, winter solstice. This is about you emerging from the darkness into the light to start a new cycle and sing your song, your true song. Okay. So I love that. So let's tap into the Ask Your Guides deck, Sonia Choquette, and let's ask our guides what we need to know for December for the collective energies in terms of navigating the shifts, navigating the transition, navigating, you know, what's the advice, okay? Let's see what they have to say to us. New life, Divine Mother. This is what they're saying. They're saying it is 100% a new life that you're moving into, moving towards. And look at the tulips. This is where I know we've been saying this for a long time, but truly, this is the changeover. It's right now. It's like, it's happening right now. You're making the decisions or you're making the changes. It's like, this is it. And then come the spring, like you're in the new life. You're already starting to create it now. You're stepping forth on it now. But it'll be fully realized come spring. And again, I feel like this goes in tandem as well with the Kuan Yin energy, which is the, you know, Divine Mother, and the Divine Feminine energy leading. This is creation energy. This is, you know, fertility. It's not necessarily that you're having a new baby, although you might. But most of us are birthing new projects. It's birthing the new life. It's nurturing that new life and all the joy that comes with that. It's kind of like, you know, imagine like a new mom, and she's glowing and she's basking in that. This is what's going to be happening for us. This, you know, a new level of joy, of loving our lives and trusting our past, trusting where we're at. The way things are unfolding, and really mastering our, you know, manifestations of our creations. That's pretty huge. So they're also saying epiphany. You're having an epiphany, which I feel like probably comes first before you're entering into the new life, which is these epiphanies are helping you create this change. This is your higher self. You're hearing your higher self clearer now. And you're not just hearing it, you're taking the guidance, you're acting on it. So, whereas before we've kind of heard it and then we go back into the 3D cycles and then we kind of hear it and then, you know, we would resist it. And those things that we've been placing in the way as distractions, attachments, resistance are dissolving. So we can hear that voice fully now and line up with that which is for our highest good. Okay? And decisions. Now this is coming up in reverse. So, and again, it's our higher self. So more hearing our higher self. If there are, it's funny because I feel like these go more in sequence like this: decisions, epiphany, new life, and that's the sequence. And you know, and I said at the beginning of this forecast that the decisions that you're making right now might not feel so great, but I promise you that if you're listening really to your higher self, you may not know why, you may not know why you're being guided somewhere towards something or away from something, but you just know it's for your highest good. And they're saying, listen to that guidance. This is about letting go of the outside critics, listening to your heart, listening to your higher self's guidance. You know, it's not, as we move into this new phase, it's not going to matter what others think anymore. And that's huge. That's where we become very self-assured. So we have the bottom of the deck is appreciation, divine helpers. So they're saying have gratitude for the way it's playing out, for everything that you have accomplished, for the way this journey is unfolding. I know it's hard at times. I know so many of you get frustrated and you want to speed up your separations and whatnot. But by feeling gratitude, all the change that you want to create is possible from that feeling of appreciation. This feels like gratitude for the journey. This feels like being grateful for, like, as little things fall into place, as you know, as you make the changes and the little things fall into place, and you're like, okay, the universe is supporting me. Use that as your fire and your fuel. Like, get that under your belt, get that in your evidence journal, get that behind you, because that's going to help you create more of what you want, and more of what you want, and more of what you want, and more of what you want. Okay. Okay, so let's delve into the tarot. We'll go into the traditional tarot deck, and let's make sure we have it all. And we will check in on, let's see, like the what we're going through now, what we just went through, and what's up ahead. We'll just do a simple past, present, future, and get some confirmation again of these messages and where we're going. So Rite Awake Tarot, and okay, so we have the Seven of Wands in reverse, which is where we've been, and that does feel like, you know, kind of pushing against the tide. It's like what I was just saying, like where we've been resistant to make the changes, where we've been going, you know, upstream, and it's been hard, and we've been pushing against it. We've been trying to make it fit, or trying to make it work in our own timelines, or what, you know, trying to control the journey, trying to control it. And they're saying, like, we're moving out of that now. Like, you're actually mastering how to let go of this resistance and just flow with everything, and trust and eliminate the attachments and whatever you've been pushing against, because that's going to open up the platform to welcome in the new for you. Okay. We have the Queen of Swords, and she is facing, wait, I'm going to show you this the way I'm seeing it. Okay, so she's facing the other direction. So it's like turning to make the new, you know, swords is always just like, you know, cutting through, like, you know, making the decision, you know, cutting through the illusion. And it's just someone who has just really mastered this and is ready to move in that new direction. And then up ahead in the future, we have the Eight of Wands, which feels like the forward movement, like where before we were in the mix, we were resisting, we were introducing lots of resistance, we were attached to things, it was a struggle. Now it just feels like we have the tools to move things forward, which is huge. So bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is, again, like where you haven't been fulfilled or satisfied. I feel like you're moving into this period of creating what you want, like knowing it's all possible. You don't have to settle. There's nothing you have to settle for. Because I think many of you, the misconception is like when you let go of those things that you've been attached to, you're like, well, shit, now I'm not going to have anyone to love. No, I'm never going to be with anyone. No, I'm not, you know, and it's like, no, this is creating the space for everything that you want, the fulfillment, the abundance. It's not going to be stagnant. You're not going to be looking for more and searching for more. It's coming to you. Remember the wild hunt? This is about the rewards coming through, the things that we've been searching for, but not through the pushing and going against the grain or introducing the resistance, more from stillness, more from trusting, more from allowing, more from just calling it in, right? Mastering this dance between our 3D and 5D selves. And I love that. Okay, last shuffle with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck from Colette Baron Reed. And let's just see overall messages for this time. I'll be back. If you guys aren't familiar, I come back near the new moon and the full moon each month to post additional energetic readings, and as needed, as the guides sort of tug at me and tell me, you know, what to put out there. The new moon this month is on December 7th, and we come out of Mercury retrograde. Mercury goes direct on December 6th. And then the full moon, so the new moon's in Sagittarius, and then the full moon is on the 22nd, and it's a full moon in Cancer. Hello, Cancer babies. I'm a Cancer baby. This is going to be an emotional full moon, but a really good full moon, because it's being paired up with this this winter solstice energy, and there's just huge transition, huge transformation, huge forward strides, huge. So we'll talk more about that when we get there. So Wisdom of the Oracle, we've got soulmates. So this feels like divine life partners. This feels like supportive partners. We're calling in the people just in general, soul family, soulmates that are going to support us along this journey. That are of a, you know, higher consciousness, and they're coming in now to meet us. Like, and it's interesting because whenever I see this card, it reminds me like, oh, it's February, Valentine's Day, it's icy penguins, you know, hearts, and, you know, and honestly, it's like, this does feel like a lot of the timing for you. Remember I said December, between December, the winter equinox, and the spring, the winter solstice and the spring equinox. And many of you are going to be meeting your divine partners and soulmates. So this is huge, and it's reminding us like it's on its way. That love that maybe you think because you've let something go, you've sacrificed something. They're saying, nope, you're clearing the space. You're clearing the space. You're getting ready. Okay. So in reverse, we have the question, why? So this is always a product of our human thinking. When we're overanalyzing things, we're asking, you know, why? I feel like this is being paired up with some of the decisions that we're making. Like, why is it going this way? But we know why. Or like, why am I being pulled here? Remember I said that, why am I doing? But the epiphany is like, I'm just hearing it. I'm just feeling it. You've got to go more into your gut, into your solar plexus, into your divine knowing and your divine wisdom, and get out of this thinking mind, this analyzing, because this is a time of trusting and doing and trusting and doing and trusting and trusting. And you'll know why. The why will come. It'll come once the dust settles, once you transition, once you step forth into the new life. Like I said, it may feel like a really hard transition now, but when you get to the other side, you're going to go, oh, that's why I had to leave that partner and it hurt so bad. Oh, because I had someone new and even more wonderful coming in for me. And so that's a lot of what's being, you know, portrayed for us. That's what we're supposed to take away from this reading right here, is like, you're asking why, but whatever you're letting go of, you're getting a replacement and an upgrade, and it may feel hard, and you may not understand even the changes that you're making. It may just be that you're being guided, and then you start analyzing, going into doubt. This is also like reminding us, release the doubt. Go into your solar plexus. Go into your knowing. Trust. You pioneering with that trust, with that confidence, is going to help others make important changes as well. And then we have happy, and this is where it's leading, which again, this is very much like in tandem with this new life. We're going into this happier phase. We're flowing. It's joy. It's happy within ourselves. It's the prioritizing yourself as you anchor in everything that you want to create. It's unlocking the keys to your own happiness. It's emerging from the darkness, right? It's emerging from the dark phase into joy, celebration, celebrating yourself, right? So, I mean, overall, December might be kind of iffy at first because some of you are making these changes and some of you are going through this and deciding that you need to do things. But I think overall, by the time we get to the winter solstice, I mean, it's just it's just like, we're here, we've arrived, we've made the changes, we're making the changes, the new life's beginning, we're learning the new skills, we're, planning the trips, we're plotting out that new idea or that new thing that we're doing, we're setting up the new life, and you've got 3 or 4 months of doing this, and it's like, come spring, a lot of joy. So for many, you'll have made it through some of the hardest parts of this journey. Now, this is different for every individual, of course, because if you're still resisting, if you still have stuff that you need to heal and clear and you're not doing that work, I mean, you're not going to get to this point, right? And it's not about getting here or arriving here, but many of you are ready for that. So if you're at a different phase and some of this didn't resonate with you and you feel like, you still need assistance, clearing those blocks, letting go of what needs to be let go of, come see me for coaching or come for a guidance session so I can help you determine what those aspects are. And so we'll leave it at that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for following, and I'll see you soon. Happy December. Bye.